Welcome to our, again, like usually the last day or last couple days of the week or a month, but of July. We're still in July, but usually these calls fall towards the end. So we will be recording these calls, like as this call, as Samantha mentioned, and the call this week will be continuing, or the topic anyway, will be continuing the hydration topic, but specifically this month we'll be talking about specific foods and beverages to help along with that. I will be forwarding over all the resources and things that we will be speaking about in this presentation following the call, usually the same day, but possibly tomorrow. And with that, I will get started. I'm going to share my screen here. Actually, let me make sure that I have audio on there. Okay, I think it's done by default now. All right. So again, welcome to our July call on hydration or continuing hydration, specifically ideal foods and beverages to help encourage that. Again, we will be speaking about the ins and outs of foods or hydration friendly foods and beverages, as well as the dining services portion of the call will talk about the same kind of things we normally do, U.S. foods, budget, Pineapple Academy, and then I have a few other random notes to speak about. But before all that, we will continue with our birthdays and anniversary celebrations. So quite a few birthdays this month for July. First one is Holly Kessler on July 1st from Garden Place, Columbia. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you, Holly. Wendy Knight at Honeysuckle had a birthday on July 5th. Happy birthday to Wendy. We also have Wesley Morris at Lone Oak, who had a birthday on July 6th. Happy birthday, Wesley. And then Miriam Wilcox at Meadow Ridge had a birthday on July 12th. Happy birthday, Miriam. And finally, Tony Zarate at Garden Place, Waterloo had a birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to Tony and happy birthday to you all. We also had a few anniversaries in July as well, starting with Zach Schultz at Heatherwood. Zach's been with Heatherwood for a year now, so congratulations to you, Zach. Another Zach, Zach Visser at Majestic Rim, who's been with Majestic Rim for 5 years. Congratulations, Zach. And then Manuel Senna at Peachtree has been with Peachtree for 13 years. So congratulations to you all and happy birthday. Um, Another thing we are continuing this month is, or just in general, is our uh, community videos or in this case, video from Wildwood Canyon. Felipe Medina and the team at Wildwood Canyon sent in there's actually two videos here, and Felipe can correct me if I'm wrong. This looks like a Fourth of July event, a burger or a burger bar. All right. So I will go ahead and run that for you guys. There's actually two of them there. First one's a short one. This is the toppings there, and then here's the full extent of the line here, I think.
This is for the veggie veggie hot dog.
So thank you, Felipe. We don't get a whole lot of videos, so everything looks great. We got a few others as well. Oops, got ahead of myself here. We got one from Lassen House, Jimmy Brawley and the team at Lassen House in Red Bluff, California. Thanks for sending in your pictures. And we also have a couple, or a few actually, from Hawks Ridge. Jeff Brown at Hawks Ridge and the team sent these over this month. So thank you, Jeff and team. Everything looks great. Then we have a few from Zach Visser at Majestic Rim in Payson, Arizona. This first one is a Mediterranean flatbread. Also have a crab salad. Everything on these pictures so far have been nicely garnished and attended to. We also have a chicken parmesan and spaghetti plate from Majestic Grimm. So again, thanks to Zach and team at Majestic Rim for sending those in. And last but not least, we have Christy Lyons and her team at Shawnee, Oklahoma, or Shawnee Memory Care in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Looks like a stuffed pork loin there, and green beans. Again, everything looks great. Appreciate everybody sending over those pictures and video in your case, Felipe, and please continue to do so. I really appreciate that. It's good to get an idea of what other communities are doing in their or whatever other communities are doing in their communities. So I appreciate you sending these over. These are not mandatory, but we love to spotlight and highlight what you guys are doing in your communities. So look forward to seeing some more. Um, so again, we're going to be continuing our discussion on hydration. That's our topic for the month, specifically speaking on foods and beverage that will help to uh, encourage hydration and maybe not make hydration as, bland and boring as water. So we got a few different ideas and options, beverage and food wise, that we're going to present here to maybe kind of spice up hydration a little bit. Of course, something we mentioned quite a bit on last month's call was the hydration challenges. We all have them, but specifically with our seniors, these it can be a little harder to tell or determine when a senior may be dehydrated, and as we discussed last month, for several different reasons, underlying health problems, whether they have a on a certain kind of medication that may mirror some of these symptoms. It can be sometimes hard to tell if our seniors are hydrated, so it's best to be proactive about this as much as possible. I know I sound like a hypocrite saying that because I'm not the greatest at staying hydrated. So, I guess say do as I say, not as I do, but type of thing. But yeah, these are a lot of good tips as far as like making hydration a little more realistic and hopefully a little more pleasant for the residents. But water is the clear choice as far or clear choice for the path to more direct hydration. But there's also quite a few alternatives. Our goal is to objectively keep our residents hydrated, and some of these options may be a good option or an alternative for you and your residents. Uh, the first one here is just water with lemon, as simple as it sounds. Sometimes residents request water with lemon. I've seen in communities where, you might have a water dispenser that has lemon in it. This is just a very simple one and one that everybody has on hand. Everyone has water and everyone has, for the most part, lemons. It's also it's a kind of a health conscious decision to uh, go this route because it kills, and I didn't know this, kills a few birds with one stone. Lemons are a good source of vitamin C and potassium. So, we're again killing a few birds with one stone, staying hydrated and staying healthy. So that's one option. Another option is mineral water. Carbonated mineral water in particular is a great pure water alternative. It's supposed to speed up hydration. The healthiest of mineral waters are, of course, the ones that are not altered or flavored as much as possible, because that can kind of hinder the path to hydration or make it a little longer. Um, Also, carbonated water is said to make swallowing easier and can reduce constipation. And those are certainly issues that hopefully not in too many of our communities. Those are certainly issues that we deal with on a regular basis. Constipation in all of our communities, but swallowing, dysphagia, things like that. Again, carbonated water may be an aid in not only hydration, but some other things, constipation, for example. Another one, this is kind of if we have time type of a thing, it's not usually the most convenient alternative, but fresh juice, straining our own juices if we can. I was thinking, as this may not be very practical in dining services, this may be something that we can do as a life enrichment activity. Natural juices, 100% juices, straining our own juices might be, an idea for a activity of some kind. And since there are plenty of vegetables with high water content, vegetable juice is naturally a great alternative to water. So, uh, if you are in a position to do something like that, that's a great alternative to water. Also, herbal teas and non-caffeinated teas, because again, uh, caffeinated teas act as a diuretic and can cause you to urinate more frequently. So we want to hover or choose herbal teas or decaffeinated teas, so we're not, uh, you know, spinning our wheels, I guess. If you're drinking the water or the hydrating source and urinating it out quick enough to it's not going to stay in your system. So you want to try to stay away from caffeine in these cases. Most herbal teas in their natural state do not contain caffeine, so there's a plus there. And then in addition to hydrating effects of herbal teas, they can provide a source of electrolytes like potassium, sodium, magnesium, which also help with fluid balance. So again, also a few couple facts I didn't know prior to this. Um, a lot of you probably have some of you probably have these in your buildings, but things like Gatorade or electrolyte infused waters and or sports drinks type of options. Electrolytes control fluid balance, regulate blood pressure, and help maintain correct acidity for your blood. Again, that's another situation where we're killing a few birds with one stone there. Not only is it good for hydration, but just kind of nutritional value as well. Um, some of these infused beverages contain sugars and ingredients. As we mentioned on a previous slides, that can be a longer path to hydration. So we want to try to stay with the more clear and natural ones as much as possible. Let's see here. Let me move some faces around here. So as we were talking about vegetable juices before. If we're in a position to juice our own fruit or make our own fruit juices, then that's a great alternative too. Something that would again be kind of ideal for life enrichment. If you're looking for activities to do, this may be something that would be entertaining and satisfy nutritional and hydration needs as well. So use fruit juices to create other hydration sources like popsicles, smoothies, and mocktails. And we're going to go into some detail on those in future slides here. But fruit juice or juicing our own or making our own juices is another great alternative to water. Something you're going to see in a lot of brain boost recipes is coconut water, and it's something that's actually seen in a lot of your communities as well. Coconut water, which is again a great alternative to water. Coconut water also has antioxidant properties that can potentially defend against the onset of dementia. So, as I mentioned in a lot of the brain boost community or brain boost options, they're all kind of entail or they all are made up by superfoods for the most part. And got stuff like coconut water, almond milk, things like that. And then in this case, the coconut water is a great alternative to just regular water. But we can also kind of dress it up in, as I mentioned, brain boost options. And again, coconut water is a main ingredient in a lot of those brain boost options. And now we're going to move on to food, our food options that are going to help encourage hydration. Your body typically gets about 20% of its hydration needs from food, uh, usually vegetables, fruits and vegetables, things like that. And we will go over some of the specific examples. Any fruits and or vegetables that have 80% or higher water content are a great choice, and we're going to identify which of those fruits and vegetables are 80% and above. A lot of these things, as you can see in this picture on the right, I mean, a lot of you are using most or all of these on a regular basis. So, these are not foreign to anybody. The fruits and vegetables on the following slides are options that have 90% or higher water content. So I want to try to focus on these. I guess we're doing it in the form of a video here, so let me run this for you.
Are you looking for ways to stay hydrated this summer? Look no further. We've got you covered with the top 7 hydrating foods for ultimate hydration. First on our list is watermelon. This juicy fruit is made up of over 90% water, making it a delicious and refreshing choice to help you stay hydrated. Next up, cucumbers are not only low in calories but also high in water content. They're a great snack option to keep you hydrated throughout the day. Coconut water is another excellent choice for hydration. Packed with electrolytes, it's a natural way to replenish your body's fluids. Moving on to strawberries, these vibrant berries are not only a tasty treat but also a fantastic source of water. They make for a perfect addition to any meal. For a savory option, try incorporating tomatoes into your diet. Whether eaten fresh or cooked, tomatoes are a hydrating choice that also provides essential nutrients. Don't forget about oranges. This citrus fruit is not only rich in vitamin C but also high in water content, making it a great snack for hydration on the go. Lastly, lettuce is a hydrating vegetable that can be added to salads or sandwiches. Its high water content helps keep you feeling full and hydrated. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips on healthy eating and
All right. So just, kind of again in video form, a lot of the foods that we mentioned, and again, foods that are common in your communities and that you're ordering on a regular basis anyway. So not really telling anything you don't know, but just kind of encouraging those foods in particular. Fruit salads is another good example, and again, something that is pretty ubiquitous in our communities. As the video in the previous slide mentioned, fruits such as strawberries, watermelon, pineapple have very high water content. So we want to try to aim for those, the foods with the higher water content in particular. Raw vegetables are another good source of hydration, particularly cucumbers, celery, iceberg lettuce, spinach. Those are all 85% water and above. Uh, Most of those were mentioned on the video in the previous slide. Um, and then we also have some or hydration friendly Compass Cafe options. Um, I'm going to be forwarding that over to you in our email so you can see some of those examples through the Compass Cafe. As I mentioned earlier, our Brain Boost program has a lot of superfoods which are also high in water content. The coconut water is a pretty highly used ingredient for a lot of these smoothies. So a lot of these brain boost smoothies are not only good for for being and helping to fend off the onset of dementia, but they're also good for hydration as well. So again, killing a few birds with one stone there. I believe I will be sending over I have these brain boost options in SharePoint, and I'll be sending the links to these in the follow-up email. And then applesauce is another one that we all have in our communities and serve on a regular basis. Unsweetened applesauce in particular is about 82% water. So again, another not only common and affordable option, alternative to water, applesauce. And then, as I mentioned earlier, popsicles, this may not be the most practical thing for us to do, but this could also be something that may be an activity or something life enrichment would be interested in doing. This can, again, you kill a few birds with one stone. You have an activity, you have something that's not only hydrating, but, nutritional. So popsicles are another great alternative to water. And then I just have a kind of a collage here of some of the Brain Boost and or mocktail or Compass Cafe options that we have there that encourage hydration. And again, I'll have that link to a lot of these, or probably most and or all of the ones you see here on the follow-up email. And then we also have these the marketing material that Tina has put together. This is in the again in SharePoint, and I will be including this in that follow-up email. And I believe that is it for the portion or the portion, the non-dining services portion of this. So I'm gonna wanted to open it up to you guys if you have any questions or concerns or feedback on hydration or hydration alternatives.
Raymond, Ashley, my dining director, set up a hydration station through the kitchen. They can come down anytime throughout the day and knock on, we'll bring them out a little electrolyte popsicle.
Wow, wow,
And she
that's
got some
great.
unsweetened or sugar, low sugar or sugar-free ones too that we hand out.
Right. And I think she may have mentioned that she had you got your hydration station has
Yeah.
like a dispenser with cucumbers, or maybe that was
We
another
do have
community.
that up by the front desk as well. We keep it always full with, some days we put cucumber slices, some days lemon, some days melons. It just depends on the fruit that is available that we fill that up with as well.
That's great. No, those are great alternatives, and I appreciate the feedback, Kathy. And I've seen that a lot at a lot of communities. A lot of communities are pretty good about doing that and going the extra mile, as Kathy was mentioning, with cucumbers and strawberries and whatever kind of fruit you have on hand. So no, I appreciate that, Kathy. Does anybody else have anything? All right. Well, that'll end the first part of the call, the call that's relevant to everybody. We will move into the second part of the call, which is all dining services information. But you're all welcome to stay on if you're able to. And I will just continue on with this. I don't have a whole lot of news in terms of dining services. A lot of kind of the same type of information. U.S. Foods really don't have a lot on that other than we do have our new contact, our new central contact through U.S. Foods. A lot of you met her, Margaret Downs. We've done two calls with her now. We'll be moving into our third monthly U.S. Foods call with Margaret on August 5th. And something that Margaret's done that hasn't been done previously is she really tries to make things interactive, really tries to get everybody to, if there's problems with U.S. Foods, she really tries to get that out there in the open and tries to get to the bottom of any kind of issues we're having with U.S. Foods. So if you're having issues with U.S. Foods, this would be a great call to attend. Our next call is going to be August 5th. It says in 2 weeks, but it's actually next Wednesday. I'll be sending out reminders leading up to that. Please plan to attend these, especially if you're having issues with deliveries, orders, or just have general questions. These are good calls to attend. And like I said, Margaret has really tried to make these interactive. So that's pretty much all we have as far as U.S. Foods updates go. As far as cost control, financial updates, we did receive our rebates the month of June. So our premier rebates, so that absorbs some of our expenses for the month. We're sitting at an average for June at a 791, which is only 5 cents above our targeted PRD. So doing great as a company, or as just collectively. That's down from 832 an 832 average last month. So I mean, of course, these rebates always, have a positive impact and it kind of skews things a little bit. But we had a great June, and we hopefully continue to go in that direction. We also had, let's see, our 3, 6, and 12-month averages are hovering around our targeted 785 PRD as well. 807 for our 3 month, 786 and 787, just slightly above for our 6 and 12 averages. So again, overall, doing really well collectively. Of course, there's a few outliers, and if you are having trouble or struggle with budget, please feel free to reach out to me. We can set up an individual call and work out solutions for you, kind of pare down what your issue may be in particular. So again, feel free to reach out and we can set up individual calls. We are having a periodic cost control call. This takes place every 3 months. I believe the next call is August 15th. So again, if budget is an issue or you struggle with to keep things in budget, please plan to attend this call or these calls in general. Again, these take place every 3 months. Our next one is August 14th, so a couple weeks from now. Look forward to seeing you all on that call, and especially if you struggle with budget. So uh, that's kind of all we have as far as financial news goes. Again, if you need any help with that, feel free to reach out. We can set up individual calls. Don't have anything new to say about this prep and pull sheet for Grove, but something I feel is worth mentioning every month. Grove Menus provides a prep and pull sheet, which will help us stay ahead of the game and not racing against time. This helps us focus on details, plating and presentation, oversight with the team, touching tables, things like that. If we're using this, we have a lot more time to do things like that. So I just always want to encourage the prep and pull sheet if we're not using that. And then Pineapple Academy, just overall, everybody's doing really well as far as activity goes. There are some that have not logged in at all. There are a few of them. So if that's you, please feel free to reach out to me and we will get you started. It's a pretty straightforward process, but there's uh, some parts of the process are not super straightforward. So you will need probably some training on this, at least minimal training on some of this. Um, I've already forwarded over our assignment for August, so that's out in the wild now. It's a very short one. I think it's less than 20 minutes. It's regarding diets and diet modifications and diets and texture modifications. Sorry about that. And then if you have any please feel free to assign any videos to your team members at any time. I mean, this is something we don't have to be prompted to send out trainings to your team members. This is a resource for you guys to use at any time for any reason. Uh, just want to make sure that everybody knows that it doesn't have to be assigned. We want you guys to use this just as a kind of an extension of yourself. So if you can pull a video that will help to reinforce what you're saying, I would encourage doing that. Reporting was to be updated in July. The way we report, the way we pull up reports and view them, that was supposed to be simplified in July. They had some people leave Pineapple Academy that were in charge of that part of the process. So I'll keep you guys updated as to when that's going to happen. But they're planning on updating their reporting system to make it a little more user friendly. Um, Also, if you have any suggestions, comments, or general feedback on Pineapple Academy, I'd love to hear it because I take that feedback and bring it to Pineapple or our representatives at Pineapple Academy, and they do actually take that feedback and uh, do make some of the changes that we request. So anything that even if it sounds far-fetched, just feel free to forward that over, and I will make sure that it gets in Pineapple Academy's hands. That will help to improve this as we go along, make it more conducive for our needs here. And then let's see, community food and event images. Something I mentioned at the beginning of the call. These are not mandatory, but if you would like to represent your community or highlight or showcase what you're doing in your community in terms of like events, food, just anything food wise, feel free to forward that over, and I'd love to feature that on future calls in the segment at the beginning of the calls. So just want to have a quick word on that. Again, this isn't mandatory, but it's something that uh, kind of shows your spirit as a community and shows what you're doing. It also helps out other communities by seeing what's going on in other communities. And just again, some random notes here. Some of these things I've mentioned already, but always remember to turn in your non-resident meal sheets at the beginning of the month. So tomorrow, make sure your administrators get those non-resident meal sheets because that can have a significant impact if they're not kept up with, budget-wise anyway. We will begin our standardized menus calls probably in August. I don't have enough of a foundation under me to start right now, but I think probably around mid August start getting the ball rolling on that. Our PRD spreadsheets went out last week, so you all should have received that in your inbox. If you didn't, please let me know. I'll make sure you get a copy of that. But please monitor that. And if your PRD is outside of budget, and it's especially if it's extremely outside of budget, just feel free to reach out and we can get you set up for an individual call. Again, that quarterly cost control call will take place on August 14th, and I will continue to make you guys aware as we get closer to that date. Um, and next month's call will be an open forum call. So not necessarily, we won't necessarily have a topic, but I'll have some questions that I will prompt, and then just any kind of questions you guys have as far as anything goes, feel free to bring those to that call. Feedback, questions, whatever's on your mind. And that is it for this month. Let me stop sharing here. Does anybody have any questions or any feedback and anything we talked about, both in either segment of the call? Oh, all right. Going once, going twice. All right. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate all of you joining these calls. Usually it's pretty much the same people, so I really appreciate you guys joining these calls month to month or month by month. Again, next month we'll have our open forum call, so please feel free to bring any feedback or questions you have next month, and we will talk to you next month. I will send out that follow-up after after this call, or probably early tomorrow morning, but we will see you guys next month. Appreciate you joining the call. Thank you, Samantha, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Raymond.